Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a game called Automation. What I was hoping to do is I don't always do flight sim things, I actually do play other games, and I happen to be a pretty big car nerd, and one of the things I wanted to do in a really long time is to actually experiment with automation, and of course BeamNG, which is usually they kind of go together like, peanut butter and jelly kind of a thing like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some cars throughout the ages. The goal for today is to basically make kind of a rough basic car in the 40s, then we'll make a 50s and a 60s and kind of take advantage of everything that goes along those lines. Now, the company I was build for, of course, I have two companies. I have the Notable Company, which is the company that's basically nice cars, but they're not anything extreme. And then I have the Legend Company, which is they're kind of my up brand. They're like kind of like the what do you want to call the Infinity to my Nissan sort of a thing. So we're gonna build a Notable today, and we're gonna go ahead and call it Nodal. Let's see here, People Car Mark One, something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and stick to the oldest years here, like I said, 1946. So it's gonna be a piece of junk, but it's gonna be fun. So let's see what we have here. We got this kind of like Jeep, like a Willys Jeep thing going on over here. Oh yeah, look at that, 2.3-meter wheelbase too. This thing's tiny. I want something a little bit more civvy here. Just kind of see here. I also like the fact that 1947 apparently takes place in 1946. I'm not gonna think about that too hard because it's just gonna make me insane. Ooh, that looks, it's a little bit later 40s. Oh, that's nice. What do I want to base it on? What's something kind of basic here? Kind of basic. And again, these all look like kind of stuff from that. Ew, ew. Let's go. Problem with that, though, is it's only a two-seater. We definitely want something that four people could sit into. I thought that one's considered a three-door, 2.6 meters. And we'll go with this one. That looks pretty good. You at least have two doors. Still kind of want four doors, not going to lie. Looks like I'm stuck with two doors there. Oh, well, let's continue. All right, so we can build steel or aluminum. Aluminum is expensive. Montague, of course. Steel or galvanized steel. We want some durability here. We're making this a front engine, front suspension. We'll do McPherson, of course, in the back. Probably solid axle leaf here. Not the best suspension, but at least it's easy. I mean, I could do a double wishbone, but like I said, this is my Legend company. I'm notable. This isn't my Legend company, so I'm not gonna get something that nice. All right, let's build an engine. Let's see here. It's probably going to be a i6. Oh, geez. I have no idea how big this thing's going to be. It's probably going to be an i6 4. This is carbureted 4CA. It's a 4CA engine. Boop. All right, here we go. So we're going to do an inline six. Pretty good size engine. Again, nothing too excessive here. What do we got here? We're pushing 86. It's a 3-liter. It's not a lot. We're going to have to make that a lot bigger. But we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's see here. We can't be front wheel drive. That's fine. It's the 1940s. It's going to be a rear wheel drive car. So we're going to go ahead and set it up with this one. We'll make it cast iron too. Again, it's going to hurt us a little bit on weight here, but I don't think this thing is going to be the highest performance. And we'll go ahead and give it a nice happy bore and stroke. Let's do 90 by 90. Kind of want a slightly torquier engine, especially for the 1930s. There we go. 3.5. So we'll call this the 35CA. 3 point, yeah, that looks good. Carbureted and normally aspirated. All right, let's go to the next page here. Cast iron, 50/50 if we're going to need heavy duty. And of course, this is a 6-cylinder engine, so you have to put a harmonic dampener on it. Otherwise, you're going to have all sorts of problems with that. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Let's swing over here. Compression, 9.6 in the 1940s. Are you kidding me? You'd be lucky if I can get an 8.5. Cam profile, of course, this is the 40s. Springs and lifters, probably going to be pretty. Let's stuck with medium. We have none of this fancy stuff. I don't think so. No. We'll lower that significantly. I don't even think we're going to get that high, but we'll see exactly what we have here. All right, normally aspirated, naturally aspirated carburetor. Please don't do the ecos. These are so painful. 2 barrels, I kind of like that, and we'll do a twin carburetor. Performance-wise, we'll do standard mid-range. Oh my God, look at that thing. When's the last time you've seen a car with one of those air filters chilling at the top? I love how there's a dual carburetor body here with it's all cast. Yuck. And we're probably going to go with regular AV gas. Of course, I'm going to put AV gas into my car. It seems legit. Manifold size, we don't know about that. Fuel map, we don't know about that yet. Let's see here. KGS, we'll do cast mid. We're not going to do anything extreme here. We're going to do baffled. And there's our initial version. That's not bad. I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm not actually. I'm happy. This isn't bad at all. I'm taking a look at this real quickly here, and I can see we're, for a 3.5-liter carbureted engine from the 40s. I'm not complaining. I'm definitely choking it, though. My exhaust numbers are pretty garbage right there. It looks like my headers and manifold aren't working hard enough. Let's see here. Let's make my headers a little bit heavier. That's going to make them a little bit hotter, too. And let's go ahead and change the manifold size. Uh-oh. And we'll go ahead 98.2. That looks good. This is not bad. I'm actually pretty happy about this. This is one of those things. More larger, we don't really need the most. This is the one issue I have with the kind of way that this works is, if think about it, if you're a standard driving car, if I'm between 1,000 to 2,000, I'm trying to engage it. I've only got 170 pound-feet of torque helping me here, but obviously we got some good and higher revs here. It is very tempting to make this a little bit smaller, just to make it a little bit easier. But again, it's one of the fun things about carburetors. We can do one of these things just to bork it. But you can see it really didn't do much for me other than kill my torque a little bit. So what I'm actually going to do is, yeah, it's too small. I don't want to choke it. Let's make it about 100% there. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. This is nice. This is nice. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of impressed. I did not realize it was going to work out so well. All right. So as you notice, if we get a higher compression engine, it actually hurts performance. Again, welcome to the 1940s. 1940 right there. That looks good to me. Cam profile. I'm actually going to change this. It's very tempting to soften the springs a little bit, which is going to get me a little bit kind of low end performance here. Like, let me show you what I mean here. See what I mean? But of course, boom! Spring failure. Let's see here. Yeah, we definitely want to take advantage of everything I can get here. See, I don't like this. See how I'm kind of running out of RPM there? Like, if you look real closely, you see how this is kind of hitting right there and it's kind of topping out. I can take the cams and pull them back a little bit, and I can take the springs and make them, yeah, see how it's just starting to curve off? You don't want to waste, yeah, this is almost perfect. You don't want to waste any of that, and that sucks. I really wish this was a little bit flatter, but, it is what it is. It's an inline six. What do you expect? All right, that's fine. That's fine. Double check the exhaust. One last pass. My valves are not happy. Okay, that just means that we can play with my valves here. Let's see here. It's not going to make that much of a difference. I don't think the cam profile, right? One more. Success! All right, I'm happy with that. So we got 205 pound torque, feet of torque, and we have 153, 171 horsepower, which again, not bad. Again, keep in mind, these are carbureted engines. This is not exactly good performance here. Look at that thing. It's so cool. All right, let's take it to basic here. Let's see here. Do we want to paint this thing? We are well, we're notable. We're not a legend. So unfortunately, if I'm going to start messing with that, I got to think about this. Let's see here. What do we want? Do we want to do black? Do we want to do kind of like we'll do bring the saturation up or bring the value? Oh! We'll do a nice deep red. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. I'm going to go ahead and copy that color because I like it. Let's see here. We got the little cover up in the front here. This is the valve cover. I'll take the paint. Ew! My bad. I'll go ahead and paste that in and press the enter key there. Yeah, we get that nice dark. Oh, I like the flake too. It's got a nice look to it. Again, I don't like to spend too much time on the appearances of things. One of the things I've learned is if you spend too much time with that, you don't spend enough time driving it over in BeamNG. And we've already used a quarter of our time getting through this step here. All right, so let's go ahead and test it. Oh boy. Okay, that's pretty weak. All right, let's keep going. So now we're actually gonna work out the body of this thing. Now that we've got ourselves our little inline six. Oh my God, look at that! Now that is a people falcon. That's sweet. A four door. I kind of wanted something with a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so ugly. It fends in every way. There's more than one. Yes, got it. There's our car. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts. That is the people car Mark 46 because it's 1946. Okay. All right. All right. Let's keep rolling with it. Front tires. Engine has some underutilized octane. Whoopsies. I don't like the sounds of that. Let's go fix that real quick. It usually means your compression isn't high enough if you have underutilized octane. So let's see here. Engine has front tires. The tires are going to be garbage anyway. Don't worry about it. Good enough. Okay, back to work. Boop. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I don't like to spend hours and hours and hours and hours making these things absolutely beautiful. It's just, it takes a while. And the people who do those things, it's absolutely wonderful watching those folks work. Not really what I'm looking to do here. I'm just looking to come up with a sort of a generic car. Obviously, no flake. Ooh, that is a little glossy. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty good. The color is Canyu. Is it like Canyu West? I just don't know what that would be, kind of a thing. Pillar trim. We're going to go ahead and grab the Canyu color. Boop. Yeah, that's not too bad, kind of a thing. Let's see here. I always had this problem with roof. I'll go ahead and paste that right on there as well. And I'm liking the looks of that. It's like a hearse. What is this thing? All right, I can't wait to drive it. I think it's going to be absolute doo-doo. All right, so we're in the 1940s here, so obviously you're not going to put something like that into it. You're going to do something that's going to be a little more classic here. Let's see here. I'm a huge fan of just the giant circle. It's definitely kind of indicative of the time, kind of like a Volkswagen thing's kind of going on here. Go ahead and pop that on there. I like that. Simple. Again, I'm not going for sophisticated here. And the tail lights, we just get a nice boring. Ew! That's huge. Gotta make it a little bit smaller. Boop. Go ahead and stop that right there on the side. That's hideous. I mean, this thing's already pretty bad, but that was just ouch. Let's go ahead and try this one instead. Let's see if it's a little better. Definitely not going to win any car and driver awards here, but that's all right. Good enough. All right, indicators. What's an indicator? I mean, I kind of live in New England, and especially if you're around Boston, they're optional. They're optional, especially if you're BMW drivers. Not going to do the interior. We'll be here for a very long time if we do the interior. For another day, for sure. And now we get the best parts. We got to make the grill. Oh, it's got to have a nice look on its face. That's oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what that looks like to me. All right, let's see here. Obviously, we have no tire coolant. Hood scoop, that'd be a little obnoxious. So if you really want to be obnoxious, you can do one of these things. And you can stick it off the side like this. Isn't that so wrong? It's just like a random little patch that's just sort of chilling there. Oh man, that's offensive. Moonroof, sunroof, I don't think so. Let's see here. Lip, no. Again, we're building these as people wagon, so we want to be kind of. Oh man, imagine one of these things in the back of there. I don't think so. Intercoolers, fixture family. I'm not sure what I know what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm not going to fight that. But just a big tank. That looks pretty good to me. All right, fuel cap. Obviously, we're dealing with some old school stuff here, so we want a nice old school fuel cap. Let's see here. The American way would be put it on the right. I unfortunately drive a lot of Japanese cars, so for me, it's on the left. Door handle, it's got to be this big chunky thing. Oh yeah, look at that big chunky thing. Yes, that. And of course, since we are in the 1940s, we're naturally going to be doing the good old fashioned. Actually, it was preferred if it was just, oh, don't really have a choice there. There we go. Of course, oh, that one's extra chunky. Just kidding. Let's see here. I'm going to have the ability to rotate this 180 degrees because, yes, I can. Suicide doors are obviously the correct type of door to put inside your car. And I'll put it right there like that. Nice. I like that. All right, put some mirrors on this thing now. Let's see here. Again, I'm not going for fancy. I'm just trying to make something that I can drive around. Pretty boring. Let's see here. Oh, man, look at how chunky that is. Love that. Here we go. This is one of those mirrors where if you hit a pedestrian with it, the pedestrian would just explode. And why is it so small? Yeah, because my mirrors stick into the windows themselves. Shh, leave me alone. There we go. That looks terrible. Going with that. Let's see here. Any decal patches? No, I don't think so. Favorite miscellaneous antennas? Oh yeah, we definitely need an antenna on the back of this thing. All right, and put that one right there. Oh yeah, little whip antenna ready to rock. Of course, we're sitting here. Grab one of these. I took. Why is it so big? Oh my gosh! Let's try that again. All right, let's grab that. Automation. This is automation. Maybe I have to make it a little bit thicker. Hey, there we go. That's better. And we'll put a little kind of thing like that. There we go. And now California automation. Let's see here. I don't live anywhere near California, so it's a little better. Whoop. Better. Again, nothing special. And there we go. I think we have just about everything I want. Let's see here. Do we want anything here? Okay, we should probably stick a bumper on the front of this or something like that. Oh, boy. Let's get a nice old 19, like I said, 40s. I think this is actually too new, and the material is a little too nice, but that's okay. We'll make this a little bit bigger. Now we have ourselves a little, just in case we rear-end everybody with this car. We'll be okay kind of a thing. Badge and decal. Like I mentioned, this is notable. Notable's company car here is always going to be the little lowercase n. So we'll toss that in the front. Editable text is fun. Favorites. Wheels. Let's see here. How boring can we make this? Ew. Oh, yeah. That's painful to look at. I like that. All right. We have an exhaust tip. Let's see here. Of course, so we didn't pick. How many exhausts? I think we have one pipe, right? We got to make it a nice little kind of a thing. Just sort of sticking downwards. Really, really boring looking. Twin dump. I like the dump idea. Dual tip. That's pretty. What is this? Whoa. Don't think so. Let's see here. Just want something like just boring and like sticking down, something like that. I accept. Keep in mind, this is going to be hover exhaust for a couple minutes here until we actually get the transmission into it. All right, miscellaneous. Windshield wipers, always a nice thing to add. Wipers, nice chunky kind. Be really irritating. I put it in the middle. There we go. Before we do that, though, we got to mirror it. I don't want to mirror it. I want to flip it. That's irritating. I like that. Tow bars, we're not carrying anything with this. All right, back to the fun parts. All right, so now taking a look at this thing so far, is we're gonna, of course, going to be rear-wheel drive. We have an automatic, a 2-speed automatic. Now, a people car would definitely have that. Look at that, 2-speed. I like that. It's going to be open up. Nothing we can do about that. Top speed, we could probably do 121 with this, but I'm probably going to be a little bit slower. Wait until you see how irritating the brakes are going to be with this. All right, this is simple. This is going to be medium, nothing special. And it's going to yell at me saying the front tires are a little narrow. We could do hard, long. This is, it's tempting. It's tempting. Yeah, let's do it. I'm a bad person. All right, let's see here. Front tires are narrow, so we can't do much about that. Front rim diameter, we can do this. Oh my gosh, that's offensive. Let's see what that does for me. Short tire, they're narrow for the tire types and load they carry. Try increasing the front tire width. Okay. Front tires are still narrow. Yeah, what am I supposed to do about that? I guess I could try that. See, is that a little better? No. All right, 15-inch rims. Those tires are ridiculous. Look at the tires. I guess I can make it chunkier. Just trying to figure out the best way to optimize this. I mean, look at the size of the tire. These things are huge. I don't know, man. This is 13-inch rims. All right, what do you actually want from me here? Try increasing the front tire width. Look at those tires. They're huge. All right, forget you. Yeah, just ignoring. Moving on. All right, brakes. So one choice, drum. That's not going to be enough. I almost pinky promise you that won't be enough, but I'll fix that in a minute. All right, off-road's good try. Nope. Let's see, none. Brake airflow, maximum. Looks good to me. This is the people wagon. So we already have just as a row of seats. I love it. Pretty standard stuff. We're going to have an AM radio. Again, nothing. Wait, can I have less than that? Yes, you can put none in here if you want to do like a van or something like that. All right. Oh my gosh. Rack and pinion. See, I'm a bigger fan of rack and pinion, but the track comfort's actually a little bit better. Standard 1940s. All right. This is not the fun part of the activity, but so far so good. So far so good. Oh my. Okie dokie then. So I'm going to come over here and push this button. It's going to yell at me again. It's going to say the spear. Front tires, brakes are fluid, wheel spin. Yeah, of course we're going to wheel spin. Welcome to the 1940s. Front brake force is kind of low. We'll fix that. Actually, that's pretty good. So we just got to fix the brakes. Oh my. Look at that. Okay, so we need to fix the brakes. There's a lot of ways to fix the brakes. I'm going to use my standard method for fixing the brakes here. Again, they're going to yell at us because my tires are too narrow. Yeah, I got that. Give me a break, though. I need to make my brakes bigger, and the only way I can make my brakes remotely bigger is by doing this. Oh, too much. Remember when we go to test drive this thing in a few minutes that I'm going to be dying a painful death with how incredibly strong the brakes on this thing are going to be. I wish it just had a button you could just push and it would just lock it to wherever you wanted to rather than kind of like using the think system like I'm using right here. So what I usually do is I try to get the brake just like that, and then I do the same thing on the front. I'm not even going to mess with the bias. Oh, too much. Literally perfect. Nice and even. Drivability. That's nothing. Man, this thing's great. I'm actually kind of proud of this so far. I can't wait to drive it. It's going to be so terrible. All right, let's see what we have here. So speed limit is a 118. Spacing, we can actually make the spacing quite a bit wider. Remember, this is an automatic. Let's see, fuel efficiency map. Well, that's lovely. It's not what I need. I'd much rather have this one. Yeah, that's a non-issue. We still have a wheel spin issue. Okay, we can try to increase the spacing a little bit. Spacing. So here's the problem. If I 50%, that's a really tall first gear. 1.82 to 1. Wow. Okay, too bad. So what we do is we're going to go send it over to the test track. The test track, of course, I like the one from my good friends over at Top Gear. The reason I love this is because I know what a minute and 20 second is a very fast car. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, there's tires. Oh. I hate that corner. I hate it. Well, that's not doing so good. That's Ariel Adams speed right there in the second split. So we're definitely not going to win any prizes here. And we're through. All right, so that's a minute and 56. Oh boy. At least it's not that heavy. All right, we now have our vehicle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go export it over to our good friends over at BeamNG, and then we're going to do my standard test drive. And there we are. In case you weren't sure which one of the options that I was going to go with here. Here we are in lovely Italy with the Peoplewagen 46. That's wishful thinking for how am I supposed to drive this thing? Um, I hate third person, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, it just decided not to give me a lot of access in that regard. So y'all are going to have to put up with my third person here. Oh, yeah. So what we're going to do is I have this kind of standard test course that I take all the cars in this game through. Wait for it. Okay, that wasn't bad. I expected that to be a little worse. And now this little test course, basically, the reason I like it is because it just kind of gives us exactly what we need to do as far as be able to preview the overall handling of the vehicle. A little bit of, oh my gosh. Well, they were right about one thing. It does have a bit of a thing. By the way, I'm not using an Xbox controller or steering wheel. This is a keyboard action here. And you're just going to have to kind of put up with my bad driving here, which, in my opinion, if it's a good car, it should be nice and stable, regardless of which method I use to control it. All right, let's go. Interesting fact, I'm getting 10.5 miles a gallon at full throttle here. All right, so initial thoughts. It's definitely a product of its time. There's definitely not a lot of drama. I'm doing 80 miles an hour on the highway here. Remember, this is an inline 6. It's nothing special. You're right with us when we did the little experiment. I'm up to 100 miles an hour already, moving pretty quick. Sorry to my European fans. It's the country I grew up in. Me, personally, if I could pick a unit, I would pick meters per second. Oh, gosh. I don't like that sound on the highway. It's not bad. About 120 is what they said we could do. I'm about to hit the back wall of that. Like, I always hit that wall right there. No. Easy. Oh! Oh, there's our first hit. Trust me, that won't be the first or 50th time I smack a car into something. And brakes. Oh, I gotta love the lack of anti-lock brakes. Get myself a fresh new car. Oh, it's so angry. All right. So what I always like to do is I like to kind of come up here on this little switchback road. It's a ton of fun. I've driven it so many times, and basically the race here is to see how long it takes to get to the top of the hill. See the big Castello up at the top, over there on the right. And I always like to see how many times do a crash and how fast and how precise is the car and everything like that. I've driven this course a few times, but obviously this is my first time ever driving this car, so I don't know how this is going to go. Whoa. So it really has a really bad oversteer tendency. Now, if you remember, we went with cheap tires on this one. So unfortunately, I don't think this is going to do us very well. Whoa! It's actually pretty stable, I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of the reasons it's stable is because it's just not very fast. 50 miles per hour, I'm not going to get myself in a lot of trouble with this thing. It's not bad. Like, I've driven a few of these vehicles on this road, and trust me, I've made some real doozies that are just worthless. But this is not bad, and like I said, most of it's just because it's not very fast. Oh! I'm amazed I didn't blow a tire. How many times have I spun out on this thing? So the problem with this is, because it's an open differential in the back, when you tap the gas like that, it's just like goes. The brakes are so well set up on this, though. Like, I've driven a lot of these kind of older cars with, like, the kind of classic brakes, but this is just polite brakes. Not too bad. We're going to be taking on the off-road sequence in just a few moments here. And like I said, I'm pretty pleased with this. It's going. It's going. Now, again, we're getting to the hairpin turns here. This is really a test of driver technique here. I don't know why. It puts a smile on my face. Now, my first car that I had ever owned and got to drive extensively was actually a Toyota Tercel. And many, many times in this game have I recreated that car and done awful things to it. Like, give it way more horsepower than it should, or give it, like, racing tires and stuff like that. The car was so poor. I think it had 80 horsepower by the time I actually got my hands on it at 110,000 miles. And, like, no anti-lock brakes, no airbags, didn't have a passenger side mirror because it just didn't come with one because the car was just that cheap when it was purchased. It was a 4-speed standard transmission. Like I said, absolute piece of junk of a car. And it's super fun in this game to kind of, like, recreate it and, like, goof off with it and stuff like that. Oh, easy on the brakes. I'm really happy with this. Like, I wouldn't race it, but, like, it's good. Now, I'll make my way up the hill here. Just turning the lights on just for fun here to see what happens. The suspension is doesn't give you a lot of communication. Like, it's there, but it's, like, not... It's not scary. Whoa. Okie dokie then. Okay. All right, here comes the fun part. Let's see how it is off-road. All right, remember we have those very, very hard compound tires here. We're trying to make this thing cost-effective. This is really smooth. I can't believe this. I built lots of off-road cars over the years, and I've never driven something that's quite that polite. Handbrake turn. Oop, bump the wall. Yep, this is where I expected to have problems. No, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. What I think is really funny about this vehicle, even though I made everything like out of steel and it's like, you know, no aluminum or like lightweight materials anywhere, it doesn't feel heavy. Like, it's got a little bit of that kind of old school stiff suspension thing going on, but because I went with leaf in the back, it's pretty stable. Like I said, I'm kind of happy about this thing. All right, keep our little journey going here. Oh, here comes the, oh! How many times I bottomed out on that corner? It's not even funny. Best thing is to see how long you can keep the tires squealing. Remember, this is only 200 horsepower. All right, making our way up the hill here. This is not a drift car, but if I had better gear, it would be. What a trip. Here we go again. Nope. All right, we are almost done our journey. Sneaking up the hill here. I like the brakes. Whoa. Too bad BeamNG doesn't have VR, because this thing would be such a trip. And yes, that is a picture of a cannon. Slow down here. I gotta fix my views here. I forgot to override the camera position. That was my bad. I'll fix that for next time. I can't stand third-person view. All right, I think we're almost set. Whoops. Sorry. Oh, sorry. All right, put the thing in brake and let's take a look. All right, so this is our 1946. This is the People Wagon 46. We decided to make it, like I said, a car from the mid-40s, see kind of what we could do. General comments, it's much better than I expected. I legitimately did not think this vehicle was going to be this easy to drive. It's not to say that it's like wonderfully, fantastically like lightweight steering or anything like that, but it's pretty good. And I think most of the reason for that is if you look at these tires here, yeah, tell me good touch. Tell me what 1940s car has tires that big. That is of this package. It's only 2,700 pounds. I think that's really why the car handles the way it does. But it's actually pretty solid, and like I said, physically solid too, because I've hit this thing at a couple things along the way, but the body's not showing a lot of that abuse here, which I guess it's to its credit. All right, let's do something awful. So stupid. All right, let's do something awful to this car, and then we'll go ahead and call it at that. I think what we'll have to do is, like I said, make one for each generation here and kind of see what happens. No, I don't want to. That's fun, but that's not as damaging as some of the other options here. All right, we need something fun to run into here. Let's see here. What could be good? What could be good? Woohoo! Yeah, we'll try this hill here. It's so angry at me. Oop. I don't know. It puts a smile on my face. I've made like minivans. I could do stuff like that, and it cracks me up every single time. This is really good. Like, I was hoping just like find something to smack it into, but now still good. Just a little bent. Just a little bent. Still good. Oh, this thing is such a tank. Oh man, I'm so impressed. All right, there's got to be something I can hit here. It's just not solid. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? It's got to be something. Come on, give me something. I bet you I can find like a tree. Find me a tree. Find me a tree. Yeah, looks good right there. I missed. Uh-oh. Oh. still drives! Whoa. All right. Oh, I think it's, nope, it's still going. Well, I guess they're not kidding when they say don't build cars like they used to. This thing is, taking everything so far. Oh! Still good! No, I think we're finally stuck. Ah, we got stuck. Oh well. Other than that, enjoy.